Hey, so what's going on, guys? I hope that your Labor Day went well for all those in the States. If you're not, I'm sorry. But mine was pretty good. I went to Hudson's Bar and Grill. I hung out with my family for a while. I even had a really, really cute server. She was a hot little light-skinned number. Really, really cute. Pretty. Guys, make sure you hit me up on Twitter as well so we can keep in touch. I got a link for it down in the description. So you guys may or may not know, I read a lot of tech blogs. I read a lot of gamer blogs. I read a lot of Android blogs. I read a lot of tech stuff. It interests me. So earlier, I was looking at a blog today, and it showed me the movie lineups for Marvel and DC up until 2017. And they got movies out the yin-yang. It's about 3 or 4 a year for Marvel, and it's only about 1 or 2 per year for DC. So it got me to thinking about which one do I prefer, Marvel or DC. Now, I know that I'm not the first person that has compared these two studios, comic books, movies, all of that stuff. So I know this isn't truly original, but for me it is. I never really thought about that stuff. So I wanted to go by characters. I wanted to go by movies. And to a certain extent, I kind of wanted to go by comic books, although I'm not a comic aficionado. So you won't hear me. In episode 196, Batman had on his Batarang. I mean, you're not going to hear all that. So let's get started. So the first thing that I wanted to look at were the characters for each. And I'm not going over all 1 bazillion characters that they have, but I went by the top 20 characters that each studio has in their stable. And for DC, of course, there's Batman. That got ranked number 1. Superman, The Flash. That would be a good one. I don't know how you would make a movie about The Flash, though. The Joker, of course. Heath Ledger, Ultimate Joker. Robin, Green Arrow. Wonder Woman. Oh, that would be so difficult to make into a movie. Robin again. Okay, how do they have him on here twice? The Oracle, Martian Manhunter, which I like the character, but you can't relate to that guy. Booster Gold. What a joke. How is he? He's like number 12. Let's see. Who else is on there? Green Lantern is on here. John Constantine. Now, I like those movies. That was a really good one. Lex Luthor and Animal Man round out the top 20 for DC. Check out the top 20 for Marvel. Now, for Marvel, Spider-Man's number 1. Peter Parker. Captain America, of course. I expected him to be pretty high, but I didn't know he was going to be like that. Daredevil, Matt Murdock. Well, he's number 3. Doctor Doom, which I think they can do a Doctor Doom movie if you leave out the Fantastic Four, maybe. That was awful. The Thing from the Fantastic Four. Hulk, he's in there. Wolverine, Hawkeye, Thor, Cyclops. He died already. I don't know if you can make his story's not strong enough to make a whole movie. Tony Stark, of course, Iron Man. Nightcrawler was an awesome character. Magneto, Doctor Strange, the Silver Surfer, Beast, Deadpool, Shadowcat, Multiple Man. He was in the X-Men movies, and Jean Grey. So a majority of the characters, at least for myself, on the Marvel side, I know, and a lot of that's because of the exposure that the movies gave the characters. So a lot of these characters I've seen in the comic books, a lot I've seen in the cartoons, a lot I've seen in the movies. So I think for me, if I have to go by characters, I'm going to have to go by Marvel. I have to give that to Marvel. Just for the character. And you got to understand, like, I'm looking at the list of characters. Okay, so the top ones for DC are Batman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, the Joker, blah, 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 blah. But the thing about the DC characters is a lot of them are one of the most popular ones are guys from another planet. Like, they have just these ridiculous powers with no end. Like, Superman is a character, almost a godlike character. He's that savior that saves humanity type character. But over the years, his powers have gotten more, larger and larger. Before, you remember the old mantra, Superman there's a bird, it's a plane, and able to leap buildings with a single bound. Before, he could only jump over buildings. Now, he can fly and do all this other stuff. So it's difficult to relate to those characters because they're not relatable. Whereas the Marvel characters tend to be just regular people who have gone through extraordinary circumstances that led them to be the heroes that they are. So they are heroes with problems. That's why Batman was so successful for DC, and that's why Marvel's been so successful with their movie line. Hey, that was part one. Get into part two right quick after this. Guys, if you're new here, make sure you click the little subscribe button. Guys, make sure you leave your comments down there. Which ones do you think should be up on there as well? And as always, guys, I like to say thanks a lot.